Gilligan's Island may look like a silly comedy about castaways stuck on a tropical paradise. But behind the palm trees and bamboo huts is one of the strangest production histories in Hollywood. For decades, people watched it like a comforting movie marathon. But the stories behind it are filled with accidents, hidden secrets, studio conflicts, curses, and mysteries fans still argue about today. Even though the show feels harmless and cute, the truth is much weirder. Actors got injured, sets fell apart, dangerous animals roamed freely, and the creators made bizarre choices that still confuse audiences. So today, here are 15 weird, rare, and unbelievable facts about Gilligan's Island, all written in long, detailed lines, just like your YouTube style. 5 weird facts. 1. The storm footage was real and extremely dangerous. The storm that supposedly wrecks the SS Minnow wasn't filmed by the studio. It was real footage from an actual Pacific hurricane. The producers used it because they didn't have money for special effects, and they thought no one would notice the difference. What's strange is that the hurricane they used had destroyed real ships and bases. The tone of the show is light and funny, yet the opening includes real-life destruction caught on camera. Most viewers still don't know they're watching a real natural disaster. 2. The island lagoon was behind a parking lot. The beautiful tropical lagoon wasn't on an island at all. It was located behind CBS Studio City, right next to a giant parking area. When trucks washed off equipment, the soapy water sometimes flowed into the lagoon, making it bubble like a giant outdoor bathtub. Sometimes the smell became so strong that the cast complained. Still, the camera angles were so clever that millions believed the cast was filming on a remote island thousands of miles away. 3. The skipper filmed an entire episode with a broken arm. Alan Hale Jr., who played the skipper, suffered a painful accident during the pilot episode. He broke his arm, but he hid the injury from everyone because he didn't want the studio to replace him. He lifted Gilligan, climbed trees, and did physical comedy while injured. Only after production wrapped did he finally admit what happened. The crew said Hale had one of the highest pain tolerances in Hollywood. 4. Gilligan never truly had a confirmed first name. Fans still argue about Gilligan's real first name. Creator Sherwood Schwartz said it was Willie Gilligan, but scripts, interviews, and the cast all say something different. What makes it stranger is that no one involved in the show fully agreed. The character became one of TV's most famous figures without ever having a proper first name. Officially established a weird mystery right in front of millions. 5. The cast earned nothing from reruns, even though Gilligan's Island. Reruns aired for decades globally and made the studio millions. The actors made almost nothing. Their contract didn't include syndication rights because no one predicted the show would become a cult classic. The cast later admitted they were shocked to see their faces on TV years later, while receiving zero profit. It's considered one of the biggest royalty mistakes in TV history. 6. Marianne destroyed Ginger in fan popularity. The Hollywood bombshell. Ginger was supposed to be the hottest character on the island, but fans completely flipped the script. Marianne's sweet, simple charm won audiences. She received more fan mail than any other cast member, so much that CBS hired extra workers just to sort it. Ginger's actress later admitted she felt surprised and sometimes overshadowed by Marianne's sudden, massive popularity. 7. The real SS Minnow sank in real life, the boat used for the intro. The SS Minnow actually existed and changed owners many times after the show. In 1993, during a storm, it sank off the coast of Canada, creating an eerie connection to the fictional shipwreck. Some fans call it the Gilligan curse. Many tried to restore it over the years, but no complete restoration was ever successful. 8. The professor could do anything except fix the boat. The professor invented radios, battery chargers, bamboo computers, and even lie detectors. Yet he constantly failed to fix one simple hole in the Minnow. Fans joked about this for years, but the writers eventually admitted they wrote it this way to keep the cast trapped. Ironically, the professor's inventions were so creative that some scientists used them as examples of early DIY engineering on TV. 9. A nuclear Holocaust episode was banned. Immediately, one rejected script involved the castaways discovering that the world outside the island had been destroyed by a nuclear war. CBS instantly shut it down, calling it too dark for a comedy. The fact that the writers even considered a doomsday episode shows how experimental and strange the show's creative room became by season 3. 10. The cast dealt with wild, untamed animals. Real animals were brought onto the set: lions, huge spiders, aggressive birds, and snakes. In one scene, a lion escaped its handler and began walking toward the cast. Everyone ran into their dressing rooms and barricaded the doors until the animal trainers regained control. The studio didn't want to spend money on animatronics, so the actors had to work with unpredictable wildlife. 11. Gilligan's hat was an accidental cheap prop. The white bucket hat became one of TV's most iconic costume pieces, but it wasn't planned. When filming began, the wardrobe team forgot to bring proper headwear. A crew member grabbed a cheap fisherman hat from his car trunk. They used it for the pilot, and it stuck forever. The random hat became as famous as the character himself. 12. The lagoon turned toxic over time because the lagoon water wasn't filtered and new chemicals were added for special effects. It became dirty and smelly within a year. Actors complained about rashes, fungus, and infections after scenes requiring them to swim. The studio attempted multiple cleanups, but the water returned to its gross state every time. The cast began avoiding water scenes whenever possible. 13. The skipper was modeled after a real military leader. Sherwood Schwartz once served under a tough but lovable officer during World War II. He used that officer's traits to build the skipper's personality. Many of the skipper's shouting moments, leadership speeches, and emotional scenes were based on real military behavior Schwartz had witnessed firsthand. 14. A lost pilot episode introduced characters who were later erased. The original pilot episode featured 3 castaways who never appeared in the final show. When the network demanded changes, the original actors were replaced entirely, and the episode was shelved. It remained missing for nearly 30 years, until it was rediscovered and aired in the 1990s. Fans were shocked to see the alternate version of the island. 15. The show was canceled for a cowboy series, without telling the cast, even at strong ratings. CBS canceled the show to bring back Gunsmoke. The cast learned about the cancellation by reading a newspaper instead of being told by the studio. Many actors said it was one of the most painful moments of their careers, especially because they had already prepared for the next season. Gilligan's Island may look innocent, but when you dig deeper, it becomes one of Hollywood's strangest productions ever made. From toxic water to broken bones, lost pilots, and cursed boats, the comedy hides a surprising amount of chaos behind its smiles. These weird facts show why the show still remains a beloved cult classic. Even today, fans keep discovering new secrets about the island, the cast, and the bizarre decisions the studio made. If you want another long, weird fact script, just tell me the next movie.